Steph Curry. I hate Steph Curry. I'm just kidding. How could you hate Steph? Actually, the dancing after threes is a little much, but it's not a reason to hate him. Actually, I think that there are literally people who hate Steph Curry, who can't stand him because he wins. That is a stupid reason to hate a player. Like, that's what they're all trying to do, right? There are actual reasons to dislike players, and I noticed this about myself after Swish Out tweeted this recently. He said, as polarizing as Russell Westbrook is as a player, dude has to be the most likable / easy to root for player in the league. What? How does anyone tweet that? He's like one of the most unlikable players in the league. And as I found myself feeling that, I was like, why can I not stand certain players? Like, I don't know these guys. It's not like they peed on my rug.
He peed on my rug.
He peed on the dude's rug.
They're basketball players on TV. Like, that's it. They're like any other TV character almost. Ooh, except one guy. I actually have personal bad experience with one guy, and we'll get to him later on the list. But I wanted to look at every player in the league, and I found 8 guys that I cannot stand, and I asked myself why. Number 8 is LeBron James, and I hate to admit this. He's one of my favorite players of all time, but he annoys me a lot. Like the time that he said he was the best player in the world.
I feel confident because I'm the best player in the world.
I mean, it's like you're saying that, but you're not actually supposed to call yourself that. Like, other people can say that about you, but if you say it, it's like, dude, shut up, please. It just comes off as arrogant. Also, we all know this about LeBron. He is a total drama queen. Like, he hams up every little injury. Like, remember when he got poked in the eye in the Warriors play-in game? Like, I think half of us were like, dude, like, we didn't even know if it was real. And then when he hit the game winner, he said he was aiming at the middle bucket. It's like, dude, can you just settle down about how great you are? Also, he's known to flop.
You say he's reaching up right there and that's when he hits him on the chin?
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
He's a huge flopper. Really though, I do love the dude, but I just wish sometimes he would take it down a notch. Number 7 is Ben Simmons, and really none of this is funny. Like, a lot of these guys are kind of funny for the way that they act, but Ben Simmons, he's way up the list for a lot of people, right? But I kind of give him a break because he's so young. I mean, I don't expect someone who just turned 25 years old to be super mature, especially if they have like $100 million. And it's not even his basketball that rubs me the wrong way, it's his attitude. Like, he acts like he's too good to shoot. And the way that he's ghosting the Sixers right now, or the way that he refused to play for Australia at the Olympics. I mean, he can shoot threes, we've seen it, he just refuses to. And it's like, what if I miss? It's like, dude, who cares? People miss all the time. It's what's best for the team. And he won't listen to anyone, not Joel Embiid, not Brett Brown, not even Doc Rivers, to protect his own ego, instead of putting himself out there to shoot. And it's cost multiple people their jobs. I think he deserves literally all the criticism he's getting right now. The number 6 player I cannot stand is James Harden, who holds a special place in my heart, because when I was a kid, I grew up as a Rockets fan. I mean, I would watch like every single game every year, even when they weren't making the playoffs. But then they got Harden, and his style of the game took away my joy for Rockets basketball. Like, I couldn't sit through another game watching the guy try to draw fouls, shoot a million free throws, and hog the ball. And I know that he's gotten a lot of assists, but that team, the entire offense is all about him. And that's selfish. And it's also the way he is off the court too. I mean, I don't want all the players to dress like Tim Duncan, but I feel like his fashion style is like all about look at me. It's like, dude, no one cares. Get over yourself. Number 5, Kevin Durant. All right, let's start with the fact that he chooses his own nicknames.
He doesn't like Tarantula. He doesn't like Slim Reaper. He likes KD. That's got to be for Kid Dynamite or Kevin Dominant. He's ours. He's here. Kevin Durant.
I love that the radio announcer guy, he doesn't care. He's the TV guy. He doesn't care that it's Kevin Durant. He knows that that's going to kind of piss off Kevin Durant, but he does it anyway. I love it. But also, he is so sensitive and petty that he creates burner accounts to respond to haters. I mean, most people can't stand the Durantula because he went to Golden State. I actually like him for that. Like, that was all about winning, regardless of what the haters think. But it turns out he is all about what the haters think. I cannot stand his pouty attitude toward the media. The guy is on top of the world, maybe the best player alive, but he's concerned because some people talk trash. It comes with the territory, dude. Every single big name athlete is gonna get hated on. Like, you have to drown that stuff out, or else you're gonna spend all day thinking about those people. Why? I can't stand how insecure he is. Honestly, I wish that he would just be happy and enjoy his awesome life. Number 4, Russell Westbrook. All the old OKC guys right in a row, right? But back to my conversation with Swish Out. So I said that Russ got an entire team to help him win MVP, and that was the most selfish season-long act in NBA history. So Swish Out says, I don't think Russ went into the season telling the players, give me the ball at all times so I can pad my stats. I think they all just kind of knew to help get the man that MVP when their season was already had an extremely low ceiling. I get your point, but that makes him unlikable? Yes, it does. It is classic Westbrook. He wants to do everything on his own, and it's all about him, especially that season, and it's why Kevin Durant left. Honestly, and even Russ fans know this. I know the people who are really upset right now about to write the comment, you know this. If assists were not counted toward a triple-double, he would not pass. I have seen him yell at Steven Adams for not shooting because Russ had 9 assists. That is gross, it is selfish, and I cannot stand it. Number 3 is Draymond Green. Can't stand this dude. He's another guy who should be humble, but isn't. Like, if you're lucky enough to be drafted to a team with the greatest shooting backcourt of all time that revolutionized basketball, then you get Kevin Durant. But you feel so entitled that you'll tell KD that the team doesn't need him. Draymond acts like he's the best player on Golden State, when in reality, he's number 3, or when KD was there, number 4 in the franchise. I think he's got a chip on his shoulder from being dadded his whole life, which is cool, but he takes it to like a really annoying place. He's like the short guy who makes up for being short by copping a big attitude.
Gus! Where is he? I'll beat him with my fist!
Yeah, that's Draymond right there. That's Draymond. But number 2 is Kyrie Irving. Now, I can boil Kyrie's annoyingness into one sentence. He thinks he's smarter than everyone else. Dude lectures people on everything that he thinks is important. He calls the media pawns. It's like, dude, the media are there because you're on TV, basically. Like, the NBA is a TV show. The NBA makes money because people watch it on TV in prime time. That's it. Like The Bachelor or something. Like, dude, the NBA is a TV product. You're in entertainment, not just basketball. If you don't want to talk to the media, go play at the YMCA, but you're not going to make any money. Then he just leaves the team to take a mental break without even telling his head coach. Oh, I guess that's because he doesn't actually consider Steve Nash the head coach. We're all coaches. Like, yeah, he's literally above the team. But the best line ever that was said about Kyrie has been said already from Nick Wright.
Kyrie's the most dangerous type of person. A kind of smart guy who thinks he's a genius. He's a 112 IQ who thinks he's a 180. He's the guy who actually has completed 4.5 credits of philosophy and thinks he's solved the world.
My number 1 player, though, is Malik Rose. And look, I wanted to keep this to present day players, but every time I hear Malik Rose's name, I cringe. And part of this is my fault, and I really do want to hear what you guys think about this. So first of all, I covered the Spurs on TV in San Antonio from 2013 to 2015, and Malik was like a really good Spur in the late 90s and the 2000s. So my boss sent me to interview Malik because he was in town, and I had to go by myself to interview him, and I was really nervous because I was super young, and I think he was like either the first or second pro athlete I had ever interviewed. And there was no one there to kind of help me out. And so I was nervous. I really was. So I was messing up a couple of my questions. And he got pissed. Like, he didn't take it easy. He didn't see that I was a young guy who was a little nervous, you know, and maybe kind of help me out or maybe even stop the interview and just kind of, no, dude, he got pissed. He made it worse. Like, I got more nervous. He called my boss and said, how dare you send this young guy to interview me? And I drove back and I was humiliated. and I was crushed, right? Now, was I wrong? Yeah, I should have had my crap together. There's no doubt, I should have. But at the same time, it made me appreciate later, when I got more comfortable, players who are humble and who are cool. Like one time I was in the middle of interviewing Charles Barkley, and he stopped me and said, "Where did you get that watch? I love that watch." And we had a laugh about it, right? And that, like, to this day, when I see Charles Barkley on TV, I love that dude, you know? But I feel the exact opposite about Malik Rose. However, that is enough being negative, okay? I'm not gonna be negative anymore about these NBA players. That's why I want you to watch the 10 smartest deals from the offseason. Some of them were super smart by the team, and some of them smart from the player.